Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us. My name is Dan Franzek. I'm the president and co-founder of Healthy Roster with another edition of the Healthy Roster Athletic Trainer of the Week. And joining me now is the Senior Associate AD for Student Athlete Health, Wellness, and Performance. That is a long title, but it's well-deserved. It's Matt Thomason of K-State. Matt, thanks for joining us and congratulations.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
So let's start with just kind of your perspective on kind of what you do on a daily basis. You have that long title. I'm sure there's a lot of different things that go with that. So maybe just start off by telling us a little bit about your job and what a day in the life looks like.
I mean, I think now a day in the life is like any other day. You never know what it is. You can't set a schedule, but more for me now is more of oversight. Not only in our sports medicine world, but oversight of strength and conditioning for us here, sports nutrition, sports psychology, sports science, and then I also have the pleasure of being a sports administrator for a women's soccer program. So I think daily it kind of changes. You have some set meetings, being on the senior staff as well. There is some continuity to that, but everything changes every day, and then I still wear the athletic trainer hat at times and help with our football program, and take them for practice, attend practice, and help out when I can.
I think that's interesting because what we've seen over the years in this space in general is just a really holistic approach, right? So the fact that you do have this title is very applicable because it's physical, it's mental, it's nutrition. It seems like there's more of a holistic approach. Do you find that advantageous for the athletes in general, Matt?
No, absolutely. I think that's exactly what it is. The used to be strength and conditioning would be their own thing, and I've argued for years that sure, we want to have them in the best shape. They want to be as fast as they can be, so they can be successful in the field. But the student athlete, it's also a big part of their health and wellness and their safety and how to protect them to get them ready for their sports. So it's a big umbrella. I think we're getting better at broadening that spectrum and including everything, the whole body, especially within the last 5 to 10 years. I think it'll continue down that path where we got to make sure we're doing everything we can for the entire student athlete, and it's ever changing.
Matt heads up an athletic training team, a sports medicine team that was the Big 12 Sports Medicine Staff of the Year, both in 2017 and 2020, right before COVID. So he won't brag about it, but I will. Fantastic honor for your organization. I know it takes a team approach. You say, I see that 2020, things changed right after that. Can you maybe talk a little bit about kind of how you guys evolved during the COVID period? I think there's probably so many stories to tell from that, from everybody's perspective.
I look back at COVID and managing it, and at the time I probably had a little bit different perspective than some just athletic trainers that we were dealing, with COVID and how to go about that. But we were forced to do a lot of different things. Starting with shutting down programs, which who would ever thought that? How are you going to get your student athletes back to shutting down athletic departments? And then they relied on most of us to bring them back, and how we were going to do that. But to see the other side of the admin and the stress from, will you play sports, will you not play sports, what does that do, to the point that at one point there was a discussion on, okay, we're going to shut down and we're going to have to lay people off. Who do you keep and how many do you need? And those were tough times to start COVID. And then we got into okay, we're going to do this and how can we do this safely and everything that went with it and the work. And, it was, many years of being an athletic trainer, you're always working for the student athlete. You're there before them, you wait and you leave after them. But COVID probably amped that up to where when we settled down from COVID, I kept asking myself, I need more to do, because you were just so busy. And I think a lot of athletic trainers stepped up and made an impact in their departments. And that was a good feeling. And it was like, what can we do more? What can we do more? And I think that's where we're at now. It's at least me personally, it's always challenging those under me to what can we do more for the student athlete to make sure that they're protected and we're doing everything we can so that they can be successful.
That's what makes you the AT of the week. We're talking with Matt Thomason, the Senior Associate AD for Student Athlete Health, Wellness, and Performance. He is this week's Healthy Roster Athletic Trainer of the Week. He's in his 22nd season now. That is a very good long tenure there at K-State. Brag about your school, I guess, a little bit. What do you like about the school and the area that you're in, and what has kept you in that? It's Manhattan, Kansas. Is that where it's at?
That's right. Known as the Little Apple. I think ultimately it's. We say this a lot. Have a family atmosphere, and it's a tight knit athletic department and the people around here. But Kansas State is in the middle of a college town. And the people are, blue collar people. They want to work for what they get in their successes, and that kind of carries over to the school. And we aren't financially at the top. As a matter of fact, we're pretty much at the bottom of a lot of our conference partners. But ultimately, it's about the locale, the town, the people that work here. Roll their sleeves up and do everything they can for the student athletes, the fans. That support us are just unreal. Not every school has that. When you come here, I tell employees that are looking to come here, or prospective employees, if you want a college environment in a college town, this is it in the middle of America, and it's really special. It's a really special place. It grows on you. We've all had opportunities to go elsewhere, and you have to weigh them. And ultimately, where I'm at with my life and my family. My kids are very happy here, and that's why we stayed. But it's a special place. It's a really neat place, and it's the epitome of college athletics.
Yeah, you're not kidding. Middle America there when it comes to athletics and just laying down your roots. I was actually going to bring up family, just kind of what that's like. I mean, you spend so long in some place. It's not only home for you, it's home for your family. You have 3 kids, Matt? Is that accurate? Yeah. I mean, what's that been like? And this, everybody can relate to this. If you don't have children yet in this profession, you might soon. And what's that been like, raising a family as an athletic trainer for a major D1 program?
Well, it definitely takes 2, so to speak. I was fortunate to become the director of sports medicine here at Kansas State at I think I was 26 years old and 4 months. And so it was one of those situations to where I had people asking, "Are you sure you want to do that? And how are you going to do that?" And I'm like, "Why not? Why not accept the challenge and see what happens?" And I've been fortunate that it's worked out well. But all that being said, wouldn't happen without my wife. 100%, she has been the one to take care of the kids and do everything with the kids. And even recently we talked about how many firsts do you miss, and that's a sacrifice that I made. But was fortunate as my kids have gotten older to be able to be there for them and watch them grow and be with their sports, and so my ability and availability has gotten a lot better to see that, and that's a struggle. I mean, the work-life balance, we talk about it. I mean, it's nonstop, especially with our athletic trainers and my staff. But I think if you make the work environment family, that makes the outside a lot easier for your family and raising a family. It takes a lot of support because of the time commitment, and that's tough. But if you really make the work environment like you enjoy going there and you're giving it your all, I think people can support that, and families support that, and it just goes pretty well.
That's a great message, and that's part of the reason I was excited to talk with you today, because so many people can relate to that. They're at this point in their lives where they're trying to make decisions about their career, and it's so important. It's such a valuable profession, and I think everybody who's watching this, what you're doing this time of year especially, just kind of getting going, it's a family thing, and that's definitely evident by the words you speak. I wanted to ask you a quick question about being part of a Power 5. I don't even know if we can call it that anymore, Power 5, but you're part of the Big 12. Does the ever-flowing change and expansion, and does that affect you in any way? How do you manage that from a sports medicine perspective, or what does that look like for you? What do you guys think about as a sports medicine staff as teams are leaving and coming and going?
Most of us are reactive to that, I would say, more than proactive and really looking at it. I think from a conference Power Five standpoint, I think we are looking at medically how can we be at the front end and lead the way for our student athletes within our conference, and we're gaining some new partners and from some really good institutions, and it's going to be great for us. So I think we'll have that challenge as we move forward and how we provide care and how we can push each other to be better. I think that's going to be a strong stance of our conference. But ultimately, it's I get to see some different sides of that too, and where there's benefits to it. I don't know if it will ever settle down. It might be a 4 or 5 year rotation, it might not, but I think we're fortunate to be where we are as an institution, and some exciting things are going to happen.
I think you're right. I think we're going to be on a ever-going wheel for the next 5 years. It doesn't seem like it's going to stop anytime soon. I was just curious about your perspective there. Okay, advice, just overall advice. This is something that you've made your life work. What would you tell somebody who's maybe just coming into the college setting or thinking about going into the major Division I Power 5 sports college setting as an athletic trainer, Matt?
Currently, if you look at the landscape, it's some difficult times in the college athletic trainer era. It's the college is tough. Obviously, the NCAA has taken that seriously. They are looking at why is it so hard to find people, because that's the challenge right now. And ultimately, it comes down to a lot of stuff. I think it's the environment that you work in can play a factor there. Obviously, salaries is a big topic. Burnout is a big topic. So all these things are going on. But at the end of the day, what I'm looking for in a young professional, and what I talk to them about if they're coming here is, I'm looking at someone who wants to be here. So the interview is two ways. We're interviewing them, but at the same time, they need to be interviewing us. Do they want to be here? And that's what you got to find out. And then I'm looking for the young professionals that can understand playing offense versus defense, be on the front end of things, see around the corners, be a problem solver. So it's very easy to identify a problem. Can you solve the problem? And have this intrinsic value. And I've been fortunate to have really good staff members and some for a long period of time that they understand that if they're being challenged, it's not personal. We just don't go there. This is just, what's in the best interest of the student athlete. And then they develop this intrinsic motivation that I want to be the best and I want to give the best. And when they do that, then they challenge their colleagues. And so then it rises the bar and everybody's trying to do the best they can. When you see that, passion comes out about their jobs and passion comes out about who they're working with, and they develop good relationships with the student athletes. And you get on this roll that all of a sudden you turn around and look, and we're having an impact in the wins and loss columns, not just for the physical part of a rehab or whatnot, but how we are developing young people that are student athletes, and these young professionals have an opportunity to do that. It comes with experience, it comes with time, but if you rely on those who are there and they challenge you and you accept the challenge for, to benefit your profession, to advance the profession, and to help people develop as just a human being, because we can make huge impacts, positive or negative. So we can decide that every day. And at the end of the day, you see what you have an impact on besides wins and losses. It's a really neat thing.
Well, as a parent of a Power 5 athlete myself, I thank you for all that you do. I see the passion every day with groups like yourself. So thanks for all that you do. Good luck this fall. Congratulations on being named the Athletic Trainer of the Week, and continued success for you and your program. Matt Thomason, K-State, Senior Associate AD for Student Athlete Health, Wellness, and Performance. Thanks for your time today, Matt.
Absolutely. Thanks, Dan.